on the show we were talking about a one-location movie called Buried. Now we're going to be going back to 1954 with Alfred Hitchcock in a movie called Rear Window, starring James Stewart and Grace Kelly. This is a classic voyeur Hitchcock movie, just looking out through a lens on people around you and responding without even really hearing anything that's going on and creating your own biases and judgments on people around you. It's a very small cast. You do get a few characters. You get the very sarcastic nanny who's taking care of James Stewart while he has his broken leg. He's a journalist, so he's always inspired to find the truth, find answers, and always make his own opinions out of things. He finds this kind of suspicious neighbor who lives across from him in a separate apartment who has an invalid wife, and suddenly she vanishes, and he presumes that it's a Hitchcock movie, so he had to have killed her. What gets me so much and why I love Rear Window so much is because Hitchcock has always done this in movies like Shadow of a Doubt and Psycho, is you're pretty sure you know who the killer is, but you're not 100% sure, you're like 98% sure, and that 2% just kills you, and that's what I've always loved about his movies.
Alright, what's it all about, Jeff?
Now look, Doyle, it's just something I can't tell you over the telephone. You have to be here and see the whole setup.
Important, huh?
Well, there's probably nothing important at all. It's just a little neighborhood murder, that's all.
And when that climax comes, it's not really about, oh, I saw that one coming, it's how it ends and how the killer, or lack thereof, is going to get caught. Rear Window is essentially a masterpiece. I mean, it has great film technique, it's this classic Hitchcock. I mean, you're a fool not to love this movie, especially how it can hold your attention just like Barry did in that one location for, what is it, like 2 hours? It's a great movie.
Totally, 100% agree with you. This is a flat-out masterpiece. I love this film.
Yeah. Better than Psycho, would you say? Or?
Better than Psycho. You know, I'd say it's around the same level, but I think I have to give it to Psycho just because it's that iconic.
Psycho's Psycho, you know.
So Psycho. But I think with Rear Window, the fact this is a concept that hadn't been challenged during this time. One location, we're not going to move, you're just going to watch. Yeah. And just how the characters interact and discuss, sometimes not even about the plot of the movie, it's just so interesting and fascinating. What are they there? What about those guys over there? How are those guys important? Or what's going on over there? You are squirming in suspense.
And James Stewart, he's making judgments and you're listening to what he thinks and like, oh, he killed him, I swear, he did it, you know. But simultaneously, you're making your own judgments.
Yes.
And the thing is, everything he sees has no sound. It's like, there's like a bunch of different silent films going on.
Yeah.
And you're interacting that, and it's all about what you think and he thinks and how that's important.
Yes, it is so important. It's very important that you see this movie as well because it is just such an exercise in how to create suspense from the most simplified situation. He has a broken leg, he decides to look out his window because that's all he can do. Holy crap, we have a murder on our hands.
I'm about to play a game.
Now we come from a masterpiece to a film we really don't need to see this weekend, and that of course is Saw 3D. Screw it. Parker, what do you think?
I'm out.
You know, we talk about these films all the time, again with the 3D glasses, it's just, you know...
It looks nice on you, at least I can say that.
But you said they didn't look nice on me last week. Anyways.
I've changed my opinion then. I won't change my opinion on this movie. There's no point of going to see this. It's like, they're saying it's the last Saw, but you know it's going to make a bundle of money because it's worth more 3D and they're going to make Saw 8. This is the last one we promise. End it!
Thank you guys so much for watching our show. Next week there's literally nothing coming into theaters, so we are not going to be here because there's no point for us to be here. But 2 weeks from now, we are going to be reviewing The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, Due Date, and Megamind with Will Ferrell.
Yes, we'll also be giving you our quintessential classic review as always in a movie you really don't need to go see. You guys, please avoid Saw 3D. Do not give in to these things.
But for now,
you watch movies.
We give you the final take. See you later.
For better or for worse, for better or for worse, but for better or for worse, oh my god!
A bunch of big movies to talk about, like Clint Eastwood's new movie Hereafter, I forget,
Paranormal Activity 2.
Yeah, fuck.
I guess he's an Xbox and I'm more Atari.
But we also, okay. We have Paranormal Activity 2 this year.
Scared you.
It's even scary.
Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go on and tell your little boy free.